Women hold the key to poverty alleviation and job creation, but first they have to be empowered. Rayana Edwards believes that this is also to help them leave potentially abusive relationships. She launched Sari for Change as a vehicle to do just that. It upcycles used saris into garments for women and men. Rayana joins us in studio. We're really excited to have you, and thank you so much for waking up and being with us. Just the cause behind the Sari for Change. What inspired the foundation?
There are many single women in South Africa. I have been one myself, and I understand the financial challenges and battles. And when I started Sari for Change, being in the clothing and textile industry for 35 years, I realized that the makers of the clothing were the ones that needed to be heroed. It's normally the designer, and it's always about the glamour of fashion. But I felt that there was a disparity between the actual glamour and the woman behind the clothing. Being in the industry, I really wanted to change that. And when I started looking at local production and how we're going to gain skills to be able to make beautiful garments that can compete with overseas labels, we had to start at the very bottom, and that was upskilling or skilling as a basic. And how are women sewing, because there were so many women that are able to sew but not able to complete beautiful garments.
Yes, and I mean, I'm really inspired by your humility. I mean, you're an internationally acclaimed philanthropist and fashion entrepreneur, and with Goldman Sachs, and I think with Forbes as well, and yet you carry yourself as if you don't have all these accolades. How important is it, especially when we deal with people who are less privileged than what we are, in helping to change their circumstances?
It's not, the validation is really important. I think as the accolades that I do have, I won the Global Woman Leader in 2020 as awarded by Forbes and Goldman Sachs. And being invited to an event where the title is the most powerful women in the world was really good for my ego. But at the end of the day, when you look at the situation in our townships in South Africa, there's no place for that. You know that there's lots of work that needs to be done. And being a woman, there's that empathy, and we work from our heart space first and foremost.
Yeah.
And when we're working from our heart space, we understand what the needs are, and we communicate in a different language.
Yes. All right, now talk us through your work. We have Iman, the model that you brought, but she also doubles up as your marketing director for Sari for Change. So talk us through the, I wouldn't even know how to describe it because I'm not necessarily a fashionista. What is the garment? What do you call it?
So this is an upcycled sari. It's made from 100% silk. And what we have done, we've taken the sari, which is 6 meters of fabric, and created a kimono, which serves as a jacket that can be worn over any kind of undergarment. So today Iman is wearing a dress underneath with her boots and leggings, and so she's comfortable and she's warm. But you can turn around and see the back part is really where it makes a difference. And we also honoring the original sari, because with the 6 meters of sari, there's always 1 meter that we call the palu, and that's the showpiece. Because remember, the sari is draped around a woman's body, and so we then decide where are we going to show off the showpiece or the palu as such.
All right, thanks, Iman. So she's going to change into the second outfit.
Yes.
And you're saying that you can dress it up or dress it down depending on the occasion. So it's a multi-purpose garment as well.
And in a climate where less is best, we're wanting to buy less clothing that can be more functional. So with the kimonos, and each one is different because we use one sari, one kimono. Nobody ever is going to have the same piece as you, first of all. And secondly, whether you take it on vacation and you're walking on the beach or you're going to do an evening event, it just transitions very well.
It's truly inspiring, and this is a call to action as well, because we often have a lot of stuff that we keep in the closet, and yet when you have to go out on an occasion, you find you have nothing to wear. So, you know, we're calling out on aunties and grandmas who are sitting on their saris for sentimental reasons and they haven't used it to donate. So
well, that's a problem we're solving as well, because in the Indian community, of course, the sari is worn in the best of occasions, and then it's packed away with the intention of hopefully passing it forward to the next generation. It becomes an heirloom piece. And now the younger generation don't necessarily want to wear the sari, and this is what I identified. 6 meters of fabric resource is going where? And so we have lots of donations from women that are no longer wearing it and saving it from the landfill. So we are also being environment friendly and conscientizing around that as a brand.
Yeah. So that's the call that we're making. If you do have a sari that you'd like to donate, Sari for Change is here for you. So speak us through the exchange.
Yes, this is a Maasai blanket originating from East Africa. And that is part of the heritage in our brand. And then the reversible side, if you want to change into the reversible side, is the actual sari. So again, it's the multifunctionality, and it just takes on a different look, but it's still warm. And this is our new launch for our South African winters.
Yeah, I think that is my size. So is it okay if we just have a transaction and I can keep that? What was the inspiration behind it, though? I mean, you talk about the influence of Africa and the Indian culture.
Well, we are a brand that's made in Africa. I lived in Nairobi, Kenya. My kids were all born there. As a mother, you know, there's some roots there as well. And bringing it all together in terms of the Indian heritage as well as the Kenyan heritage, this is what the result is.
Thank you, Iman. So she's going to go for her final outfit. I mean, you really brought out the best items as well. But your journey, the fulfillment that you get from helping others, I think we need more compassion. We need more love in the world. And being an incredible mother, you know, of 5 daughters, and our mutual friend, Raz, was just telling me one of your daughters being a medical doctor is doing phenomenal work. You probably consider yourself quite blessed. But what were the challenges as a single mom that you were facing that made you, or that gives you the drive?
Financial. I think every single mother can relate. The struggle to put food on the table. And we knew in our household with 5 daughters, education was going to get them out of the situation. And so, yes, I have a doctor, I have an engineer. Iman is who's running our marketing and directing on the marketing side is BCom's philosophy, politics and economics graduate, and then I also have a graduate in international relations. So yes, education will take us out of our situations, and in turn, a pay it forward is to these women. Come and get skilled. You know, let us teach you how to fish. Because if you're not going to be under Sari for Change's umbrella, you've got a skill to go out and be part of the industry. And we do need for the manufacturing industry to be promoted, and, you know, there is opportunity there.
All right, now speak us through the last beautiful, beautiful jacket. I love all these outfits.
So this is really an heirloom piece. It is a very, very old sari. And here we've taken 2 saris and mixed them together, and it's also reversible as well. So again, you've got 2 different looks. This is obviously an evening wear piece. There's lots of gold in the back if you can turn around. And I'm always saying, what is your backstory? We all have a backstory.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Iman, and thank you so much, Rayana, as well. So you have an online store. Where can our
Correct.
viewers...
We're at sariforchange.co.za, as well as Instagram, sariforchange_, and as well as on Facebook, Sari for Change.
Okay, you don't have a physical store, a pop-up store, you're not...
We really are in the phase of transitioning online, but if you do follow us, you'll know where we are physically, because we do have pop-ups and we move around to different bespoke markets. Yeah.
No, true, phenomenal woman and inspiration. Really, thank you. And we wish you all the best. And I'm sure you'll touch many hearts going forward and transform the lives of those that are living with poverty, especially women, to make better choices. So, Rayana, thank you so much. That's Rayana Edwards, Sari for Change. She's on Instagram and also on sariforchange.co.za.